Chapter 29 of Angel Food, Little Talks to Little Folks by Rev Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. The Missing Statue. I know a grand Christmas story, boys and girls. I'll bet you have never heard it. Do you want to hear it? All right, sit up straight. It was the day after Christmas. Many people had been in the church on Christmas Day, and the church was terribly dirty. The janitor, the man who sweeps the church, was busy with his broom, cleaning up the church. Now, when the janitor began to sweep the front of the church, up where the altars are, he stopped before the Christmas crib to take a look. And what do you think? The statue of the baby Jesus was not there. It was gone. All the other statues were in the crib, Jesus' mother, St. Joseph, and the shepherds. Everybody was there but baby Jesus. He was there yesterday, but today he was gone. The janitor ran and called the priest, and the two of them came back to the church. Sure enough, the baby Jesus was gone. Someone had stolen the baby Jesus. The priest called a policeman, and the three men, the priest, the policeman, and the janitor, started out to find who stole the baby Jesus. Near the church was a large hill, where boys and girls were sledding on their sleds. They were having a grand time. Waiting for his turn to go down on the slide was Freddie Turner, one of the new altar boys. And was the priest surprised? There sat Freddie on his sleigh, and in his arms he held the missing statue of the baby Jesus. "Why, Freddie," asked the priest, "why did you steal the baby Jesus from the church?" Freddie looked in surprise. "I didn't steal him, Father," he said. "I only borrowed him. You know, Father, it was just like this. I promised the baby Jesus that if he'd get me a new sled for Christmas, I'd take him for a ride." And there was Freddie Turner keeping his promise. Well, you know, I'd like to meet Freddie Turner. I'd like to know him. I'd like to know Freddie Turner, and I'd like you children to know him. Freddie made a promise. Freddie kept his promise. But what do we do? Oh, we are always making promises to Jesus. When the examinations come around, or when our mother gets sick, or our father loses his job, then we always run to Jesus. We want Jesus to fix things up for us. And, oh boy, how we do make all kinds of promises to Jesus. We promise Jesus that if he will fix things up, we will say some extra prayers, or that we will go to Holy Communion every week, or we make some other promise. And Jesus believes us. He thinks that we are all like Freddie Turner. Jesus fixes things up for us. When Jesus makes a bargain with us, he keeps it. He never cheats. But what about us? Shame! We never keep our promises to Jesus. We don't say the prayers. We don't go to Holy Communion. We don't play fair with Jesus. We cheat Jesus. And then the next time we want something from Jesus, he isn't in such a hurry to help us. Jesus doesn't like people who break promises. You don't like people who break promises either, do you? Of course not. Boys and girls, let's not be cheaters. Let's not be stingy with Jesus. Jesus is never, never stingy with us. Don't you be stingy with Jesus. When Jesus is good to you, don't be afraid to say thanks to him. Then the next time you want something from Jesus and you go and ask for it, Jesus will be right on the job to help you, because Jesus will say, "There's somebody just like Freddie Turner. He always keeps his promises. He always says thanks. I have just got to help him." And Jesus does. One more thing. If there is any little boy or girl in church this morning who got a new sled for Christmas and who wants to thank Jesus for the sled, please, please don't take our baby Jesus for a ride. End of chapter 29.